You don't come, I talk about you go to imam pray for you, or pastor pray for you, and it goes. No, we give you session. Maybe we spend highest we can spend for you in a session is 1 hour. Highest should be 1 hour. Then we give you another day. We give you exercises. We give you some things to do, and we see your cooperation. The way you are cooperating determines how fast your remedy will come or your healing will take place. The counselor doesn't work magic. We don't read minds. We only work with their cooperation, and we use our techniques that we have. We have good proven techniques, experimental techniques that we have, and solve your emotional problem or psychosocial problem. You understand? So mental health can come because of anything. Can come because of lack of job, economy of Nigeria, of the country, marital issues, academic issues, relationship in workplaces, relationship with their spouse, relationship with their children. It can come because of anything. It can just come because you just lost confidence in yourself. Yes, that's why you see some people, they have all these things I mentioned. You just hear that this person jumped into lagoon. Have you ever thought what happened? I've heard a medical doctor. I've heard this lady in a Globacom. Our own, I was just watching. I was like, what really happened? There must be something that she was exhibiting without telling anybody, and people around her could not really see. It doesn't just happen. It has been exhibiting, and as I told you, they pretend a lot. They will not let you know. I've gone through that stage, so I know what it is. But what helped me on my case is I was able to speak out.
When people say speak out,
for
me, I feel like speaking to the right person is more important than just speaking, because you could be speaking to the wrong people.
That's right. Speaking to the right person. Because every time I always correct people that I said, people keep saying speak out. Speak out to who? Speak out to the right person. Speak out to the psychologist, to a well-trained psychologist. Speak out to somebody that is being enlightened and say, oh, I have a counselor there. Oh, there is, okay, just go to social network, you see. Speak out to people that are professionally trained that can guide you. Because you can speak to somebody and say, please don't tell anybody. Of course, your friend will always like to protect your interest, right? And they may not tell anybody.
And they don't know
they are even harming you.
And they can't even provide solutions to your problem.
For your problems.
Interesting. Now, you since we're talking about speaking up and speaking out, one issue that people have, especially talking to psychologists and therapists, is the fact that it's expensive. They say, oh, it's expensive to book sessions with a therapist and all. But the mental health bill provides for health services and mental health services in federal medical health centers and all, and also provides mental health funds. Would this mean that the cost of getting mental health treatment, so mental health counseling or whatever it is, would be cheaper and more accessible and affordable to Nigerians?
I just hope so. I just hope it's not like most of our promises that have not been implemented. I just hope it will be a priority to the government to actually see that they reduce the cost of mental health, because it's expensive. I was discussing with my senior colleague, in fact, last night. I said the cost of mental health is expensive. And most of us that are running organizations, because of the cost, we try to make it free for so many. We try to reduce so many things, because by right, you're supposed to pay us per section. You understand? Someone like me, when you come to me, I would not like, okay, what can you afford? Sometimes I even leave the money to make sure you get well first. Do you understand? And it doesn't really go well with us too, because it's like we are bringing our profession down as if we don't need the money. We need the money, but what can we do when the populace doesn't have? Some don't even believe that, what you are going to do for them will work until they see it work.
That's true. And so they don't even want to invest in it. They don't want to pay for it
until
they see it work. And sometimes they can't even afford it at the end of the day. Oh, that's
so
quite
we just
worrisome.
hope the federal government will really make the fund to be a workable promise.
Let's talk about, the fact that there are institutions in the country. For instance, I've heard people say, look, before people get into the police, they should get psych evaluation and analysis and all that stuff, that people should be screened, their mental health should be checked, because you see a situation where a policeman picks up a rifle and just shoots somebody dead. It's quite worrisome. I mean, there must be something, because naturally you shouldn't just be easy for anybody to shoot somebody else dead. There could be a problem somewhere that we're not looking at, especially considering the fact that a lot of these people and their welfare, the welfare of police and the people in the security forces, or the forces, are not really a priority. Could this be a reason why we have a lot of these extrajudicial killings by security agents?
Okay, you first started with people need to be checked.
I also think that even our politicians,
everyone.
In fact, before people are elected, they should have psych evaluation. And left for me, everybody who's contesting an election should be evaluated, and let's be sure that their health,
they are mentally sound. 100% true. Everyone holding any position. I'm just talking about position. But I mean, every human soul need to be checked. How much more you are holding a position that lives depend on you, the position that economy of the nation depends on you, position that so many other heads are looking up to you. That person need to be checked. You need to be checked, because it's the right thing. One, it will help us, people looking up to you, to even have hope that my boss is sound, is mentally fit. When we talk about mentally fit, we don't just mean physical body. We mean your spirit, soul, and body must be fit, because even WHO define health as the holistic. It's not just about physical body. It's not about absence of sickness. You don't feel sick, but what about the mind? Because once the mind is sick, everything is sick. And I want to really come down to, when we talk about mental health, let me bring the little one that can, like stress, depression, suicidal tendencies, suicidal thoughts, bipolar.
Anxiety.
Yes. Bipolar and mood swing, easily get angry, anxiety disorder.
Mood swings is a part of mental health challenge?
Yes. That's why the research said 4 out of 10 is mentally ill health. So many people are just walking thinking we are old, but we just need to be checked. Honestly, we need to be checked. Everyone need to be checked. How much more people in authority?
I'd love to talk a little about the mental health challenges that come up with age, dementia, for instance. Is that also a mental health challenge? What do you call it now? Schizophrenia,
loss of memory, and all that.
Yes, schizophrenia and all that stuff. It comes with age. And for me in Africa, I've seen just a few over the weekend. We saw the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, at the US for Africa conference, and we could all tell, everyone who was watching, everyone who was in that room could tell, the man is mentally ill. He has dementia. He didn't even know where he was. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know what to say. He kept talking with his aide. I mean, if some of you should go online, check out that video. Some of you have phones, but you don't even know what you do with the phones. Go online. Just type. If you type Paul Biya, that's one of the first things that comes up. We also seen that. And for me, the fact that some African leaders do not want to leave office, I feel like it's a sign of a mental health disorder. They're holding on to that office like it's their life. Somebody is sick and 90 years old and doesn't want to and still wants to be there. He's 60 years old. Salva Kiir, for instance, the president of South Sudan, peeing on himself in public, still doesn't want to be there. Isn't that a mental health challenge that needs to be addressed? And do you think that we should have laws? We should have a law, since we're signing bills on mental health and counseling. We should have a law that says, look, before you take any office, the National Assembly needs to pass that law that says, let's screen you and ensure that you're mentally fit and ready to handle the situations. Because we've seen people say, look, some of the people contesting elections in this country have no business contesting elections. They should be in one mental health facility or at home being taken care of, or an old people's home or something. You hear all those things. And for me, let's do what we can.
Yeah.
As Nigerians, to hold these people into account.
Yeah.
I think. What do you make of having that law, having that bill passed? Should we start to write bills and write petitions to say, look, we need to screen these people before they take office?
Is it bill or they need awareness? One of the gains of these bills that are being signed, people are getting awareness. People are going to be more educated about their self, and self-awareness is the key. Is the best gift you can give to yourself. And I always said to people that care to listen that Nigerian problem might not really necessarily be restructuring of the economy of our resources, might be restructuring of the mind.
Absolutely.
We should really go back and know why we are doing what. Why should I be power drunk when I know I can't even control my own self? Why should I feel that the seat is for my generation? Do you understand? So that person need to be checked. Has to really go back and feel, why am I doing the things I do? Why am I acting the way I act? Who am I? We should be able to answer that question of who am I. It's an essential question that will really bring us to that self-awareness. So when we talk about mental health, we are talking about somebody that is holistic, sound, emotionally intelligence, you are sound. Physical intelligence, you are sound. Cognitively, you are sound. And spiritually, you are sound. Socially, you are sound. So it's encompassed. It's not just one. You can't remove one and leave one. You carry all together. Do you understand? So Nigeria needs that self-awareness.
All right, we're going to be talking more on this quickly. Let's take a quick pause. We'll be talking more shortly. Keep it with us on your radio experience you can count on. We'll be speaking with Councillor Rita Bassi, the PRO Counseling Association of Nigeria FCT chapter, and she's also a personal development expert. Joining us in this conversation, quite an interesting one. You can be a part of it yourself. You can keep these numbers close. You're going to need them when we open up the phone lines: 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio. Eagles 102.
Only 100 naira you enter. Anybody can beat. If you win your bid.
You get what you want buy, but you don't get money. Microwave, TV, I mean you want pay never bill. Download Yangabeat from any online store. With 100 naira, fund your wallet. Choose a plan for your Get Pass. Start spinning and winning. The player with the highest number wins the bid. Anything what you want buy, you can bid it and win it. Yangabeat, Nigeria's online marketplace.
You can call us on 091 3000 2014. 091 3000 2014.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 15,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. The Entrepreneur. Talk your business for just 15,000 naira. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
It's Eagles Outlook on your radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3 FM. Time now, 9:32. You can join the conversation with your 2 cents. Let's have your thoughts in 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. You know, we'd love to hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Prince. Good morning.
Good morning, Paul. How are you today?
I'm good. Good morning to your guest.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're getting to learn new things. I mean, especially me now. I'm beginning to check myself. Maybe sometimes I used to react to all the way I react to some of these politics. It gets into my brain. I don't know that is beginning to affect my mental health.
The situation of this country is enough to give you mental health problems. Don't worry. We're all in it together. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
That's why I like the last question you asked your guest. I wish they made it a law that everybody that is contesting will have to go through the mental health test. I'm saying this because when there's this program I watch on Facebook, divorce court in the US.
Yeah.
Now they say okay, fine. If you say you did not cheat as a man or as a woman, they will first of all give you a test. The lies test, whether you lied or not.
Okay.
Yeah, lie detective test. They will give you that one to know whether first of all did you lie or not. Did you commit the offense or not? So I wish we will have that kind of law that will now give these people the mental detective test before they take this office. And then at the end of every quarter, they should also, the mental health law should be able to run through the people that these people have been able to manage. How many have they caused mental health problems to? And if they have caused so much, they should be taken to court and for them to pay. So I think it's high time that this country, if we want to do a law, we should make it a holistic and look at the issues. For those that will pass or will bring up this law in the National Assembly, they should run a research and look at the world best practice. Then we see, because we copy all these things from the West. Let's do it to the right. Let us do it that to the extent that these people, whichever person that is going to vie for any political position, should know the enormity of what is going into, and not the responsibilities he has to the citizen or the people that is going to lead. So I think we need that law, and by extension, we need to make it a compulsory for everybody to go through that test. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. And the conversation continues. You can be a part of this conversation. You know the numbers: 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. Now, Councillor Rita, one of the things that this the Mental Health Bill or the Mental Health Act now protects is the human rights or the human rights protections of people living with mental health or people who have mental ill health. Now, such as discrimination in housing and employment, medical and other services. Because sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, no, this person is not well. You can't live in my house." And meanwhile, they have a right to live somewhere. So long as they can afford the rent, they should be able to live there. That for me is a sort of big concern, because we know the culture around here. How do we change that? Because many people who have some level of mental health challenges are either kicked out of the houses where they live, and pushed out to the streets. Some of these people do not even want to live in the streets, but because people would not have them at home, the street is where they go. It's quite unfortunate. Some of these rights. Also, I want to bring this in just as an aside. Now that we're talking about the rights of people living with mental health issues or dealing with mental health, shouldn't we have a situation where Nigerians file a class action suit against government to say, look, you have caused us mental health problems. we're suing you. We're suing you for this. That's just for laughs. But I'm thinking that people should be able to sue their employers. If, for instance, you lose your job on account of the fact that you have a mental health challenge you're dealing with. Some people have anxiety.
Yeah.
And the situation of this country is enough to cause anxiety for people.
Exactly.
So, shouldn't we be able to sue these people? It's also sue government, if you ask me.
Suing government is interesting.
Yes.
Because they are part of they are part of Nigerians. Yeah.
Let's bring in a caller first before you respond to that. Sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Matamata and Dan.
This is not Matamata and Dan. My name is Ihan Acho Prince, and my guest is Rita Bassi.
Oh, so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, my prince. Sorry. Well, this is Comrade Haruna calling you from.
Haruna, good to have you.
Thank you. Well, the issue is what Nigerians are passing through. Out of 10, 8 were having mental problems.
Oh, you have increased the statistics.
I'm telling you.
I don't know how you got your own numbers.
I am telling you the truth, because for somebody to wake up as early as 3 a.m. to go and join queue, is that not enough to cause a mental disorder?
Stress and anxiety, that's true. In fact, as I am right now, I'm thinking of how to get fuel this week.
You see, so such person cannot put his best in whatever he's doing, because you can never cheat nature. That is just the reality. So the things what we are facing in this country is enough. I'm telling you, a lot of us are going through a lot. In fact, the money, look at the current condition we are facing through. I sent money to my mom 4 days ago. Up till now, they have not given her the money because of the issue of the new currency. And I told them, don't give her the old currency, because old women, they can hide money for eternity.
Yes.
At the end of the day, the money will lose its value. I just say, look for this money. Since 4 days, my friend has been looking for that money to withdraw. We haven't gotten it. Is that not another issue we are facing in this country? So the truth of the matter is, this is the right time for us to reflect all these challenges we are facing. By how do we reflect it? Let's vote the right leaders that understand the problem of this country.
Okay.
I think we are passing through a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Haruna. I appreciate you calling in. And we have a message here, and you didn't add your name, but you say, this is one of the best topics I've heard or listened to this day. Our mental health. There should be a law to check mental health of our leaders and those appearing for one political position or the other, in order to have better governance. Thank you very much for your submission. Councillor Rita, let's talk about the rights of persons that have mental health challenges. Yeah.
The law, if you really check in details, there are offenses for defaulters. Before people do things and go away with it. But once a bill is passed, which means this thing is legally accepted, this set of people are normal people, just like people that have headaches and go to hospital and tell a medical doctor, I have headache, and he now give you Panadol. It's the same people, the same another set of person might not be able to think rightly that at that moment or for some space, and walk to a psychiatrist or a counselor or a psychotherapist or a mental health expert. Look, this is what is going on with me. I should be able to express myself. Here, Nacho, do you know I couldn't sleep well last night? Do you know when I'm talking to you, it's like I'm hearing echo coming. I should be able to explain to you now. Say, I know Councillor Rita. Please take her number. Do you understand? People should be freely said this thing without having this stigmatization. People should be able to, you go to a landlord and you said, do you have any mental health issue? Your family, any mad person? There is nothing like mad person. You should be able to accept this person as you accept every other person or a cripple on the road. Do you understand? You should be able also, you should be able to have the same empathy, not sympathizing with them. There is a big difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy is you put yourself in the shoe of this person. He would have grabbing me.
Anybody can
grabbing anybody, grabbing my son, grabbing my child, grabbing my husband, my wife, grabbing anybody around me. How will I treat those person? So the same empathy, the same love, don't get mad though. It's a different atmosphere. So now you can't just use that word mad on anybody. The person can sue you. And you spend your whole life for it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's sue some people. Okay, that message was sent in by Mrs. Belinda Daniel. Thank you so much, Belinda. Appreciate your message. Now, Councillor, let's talk about the establishment of the Counseling Practitioners Council of Nigeria.
Yeah.
For many people, it's like, what is happening? We have, psychiatrists, we have psychologists, those who we call therapists, and now counselors. What is the difference? Why do we need to establish the council for the practitioners of counseling?
Yeah. Most people know counselors to be in school.
Mm-hmm. Guardians and counseling.
Yeah. They just see them in school. But, we have, in counseling, we have different kinds of counseling. We have sport counseling, we have educational counseling. So most of the people you see in school, they are educational counselors.
Oh, okay.
So we have sport counselors, we have personal development counselors, we have child, adolescent counselors, marriage counselors. We have counselors in different categories, as in there are many. So some of these counselors can be in school, some of them can be in industry, in hospitals, in social, in ministry, in social worker. They can be work as social workers, of course, and they can be anywhere. They in your studio, like right now, they're supposed to be a counselor.
We should have a counselor.
You're supposed to have a counselor in your office.
Okay.
So every offices need a counselor. Yes. And in fact, that was one of my research under my undergraduate days, because I got that in my school, in my field, there is what we call practicum. Practicum is like we have school setting practicum and non-school setting practicum. The school setting practicum, when we were in year 2, they sent us to schools, schools, secondary school, all schools, any kind of school, and we were counselors there for like 6 weeks. So the non-school setting, when we were in year 3, they sent us to establishments, industries, ministries, and hospitals. Like when they sent me to hospital, University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. In fact, I work in the psychiatric ward. So I was able to physically see what I was learning theoretically. I was able to see how it works. And I worked directly with a clinical psychologist then. So we learned so much from there. So, and when we now came back, some of my colleagues were like, some ministry were taking them as messengers because they didn't know their words. They were trying, once they come to talk to them, they will try to analyze, and they say, come on, shut up your mouth, what do you know? Do you understand? Because of ignorance. So, we have psychologists. Psychologists mostly, some of them take care of the clinical aspects of mental health. Okay. Then we have the psychiatrists. The psychiatrists are the ones that work in the psychiatric hospital, that they can apply medications. There are some mental health that can go with talking therapy, as I said, which in my area we don't prescribe. When once you come, and when we were discussing outside, I said I have what I call disclosure form. If you go through my disclosure form, and I found out that what the genesis of your issue is beyond talking therapy. You need some medication. I'll do a referral to psychiatrist, or a psychiatric hospital. Okay. So there are some times the situation you may get to, the stage of your mental health, that talk cannot really take care of. It doesn't mean that you are abnormal, but it just need. It's just like maybe you took malaria tablet, the sickness still come. Say you have typhoid plus malaria. Sure, they will give you more medicine, right? So this one is just to calm you down for some time, so that your brain will be able to stabilize, and you can now listen to a clinical psychologist that is there on ground that can bring you to your true self. Oh, okay. Do you understand? So everybody have their work. You understand? The social workers too, they can work in any of these places.
Okay, so what does this act do for counselors, especially the fact that now there's a law that establishes the council?
Yeah.
What does this mean? It
means that a counselor will be licensed. Okay. That means that I'm licensed in Nigeria. I can practice if I show my license to any part of the country that did their trade or whatever. They should be able to accept me as a counselor.
So it's the council that issues licenses.
Yes.
And ascertains your level of training to issue a license to practice in the country.
In fact, they are working our big organs on this move. They are working on where every counselor will be taking exams. Will take exams that will now guarantee that you are qualified for the license. They don't just issue you a license. You pass through some screening, and you get to the place where you are being qualified.
Absolutely,
to be
I get it.
A license.
So it's like.
Let me also correct something because another thing to really help is the word counseling is being abused all over Nigeria.
Yes.
I don't know if it's outside everywhere. You see signboard, come for counseling. Like seriously, what counselor? Has that person gone through the rudiment of being a counselor? If some of them, I do events, just come and listen. They don't get you. As in, they think you are coming to collect their members. Just come and get awareness so that you can guide your members well. And you say you are giving them counseling. What counseling? You understand? So the bill will also help us to checkmate all that.
So this is quite important because you have people who have marriage issues and they go to their religious leaders and say they're getting marriage counseling. You have departments in religious organizations that they call marriage counseling, departments. And some of these people may not necessarily have the training, the requisite training. Now, what's going to happen? Would the council be going after? Because the council now serves as a regulatory body.
Yes.
Right? Would the council now be going, to sanction these people who pretend to be counselors, who may not necessarily have the certification to counsel?
Well, like I said, our big organs are working things out. So a lot of things will be unfolding. You understand? A lot of things will be unfolding. How they are going to handle them, we'll get to know it.
Okay.
But I know I know is the word counseling has been abused, misused.
Let's not abuse counseling. It's a profession.
It's a profession.
People get training for it. These days, you just have people springing up and say, "Oh, the counselors and all." Sanusi AO says, "Yes, we were sent to school for practicum while studying GNC." That's guidance and counseling.
Yeah.
Thanks for the clinical psychologist. Counselor Rita is a counselor actually. A counseling psychologist, yes. Okay, you say we need more awareness on guidance and counseling. Thank you very much, Sanusi. Appreciate your message. We can take one more. Can we squeeze in one more call? Our clock is in the ceiling. Let's see if we can take one more. 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send your WhatsApp messages and SMS to 09097054450. Now, the reason for this is to make sure that you understand what it is you're doing when you talk about your health. When you look at your health, you're not just looking at, is my hand paining me? Do I have headache? Do I have fever? No. Look also at your mental health. It's quite important. Your mind is a part of your body. It's a part of your existence. You need to take care of it.
Hello, Yenato.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Let me speak on the mental state of Nigeria. Especially the police, they need to go for tests before recruiting them. As a result of their behavior in the society, it's not too good.
Okay.
So policemen need to undergo that test before recruiting them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oganemano. Police, the PSC maybe needs to take this up seriously. We've heard them talk about it, but we need to take it up seriously and ensure that people get psychiatric evaluation and psycho evaluation to ensure that their mental health is top notch of 100.
At least get the awareness.
Let's get the awareness.
No, sometimes I'll write letters to them just for them to be aware of these things. Just to get the awareness.
It's interesting. I'm really sorry we can't take any more calls, but I'd love to say a big thank you, Councillor Rita Bassi, PRO Counseling Association of Nigeria, FCT chapter and personal development expert. You really know your audience. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure being here.
You.
Thank you.
And this is where we close it. I don't have anything against age. I don't have anything against people running for office. I don't care who your candidate is, but ensure that we do not have a situation where we have people like Paul Biya as president in this country. I don't have anything against age. Personally, if President Obasanjo, who in his 80s, contests for presidency today, I would vote him, because I may not be an expert, but from where I sit and seeing him run around, playing football with the Baptist high school students, old boys, seeing him march, walk with them in the streets and all, looking at him talk and see him write letters, I can tell that, to a large extent, he's sound. I'm on a mission to civilize. A lot of you do not know it. But if we have a situation where ill people, whether physically or mentally, or, take the wheel or the reins of power in this country for another 8 years, what we're going through now would be worse. So play your part, be responsible. If you haven't gotten your PVC, go get it. And ensure that you vote those who will lead this country aright in 2023. That's the message. And I say bye for now. My name is Ihia Nacho Prince, His Radio Highness of Abuja. And the business news is up next. Right after that, it will be time for the Media Extra crew to take over. Keep it locked.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.